In this video, we will learn how to create and manage modules in our course. Modules are used to organize our course content or to create a learning path for students. Modules are very powerful because they allow you to place your content within the context of, say, a particular topic or a period of time. For instance, you can place all your course lecture files in a module called Course Lectures and list them in chronological order. Also, you could create a Week 1 module and list in order all the content students must view or complete by the end of that Week 1. This helps them stay on task. Once they've completed all these assets in Week 1, they know that they're on track and up to speed in the course. Let's get started creating some modules. First thing I want to do is click on the Modules button in the left navigation menu. So this will bring me to the Modules screen. I have two options here. I can create a new module, or I can add existing content. So this Add Existing Content lets me import content from another Canvas course, either from an export file or some other location. So what I'll do here is I'll go ahead and create a module, clicking the Create a Module button. And I'll go ahead and give my module a name. In this case, we'll call this Course Lectures. And I'll say Add Module. Notice that button to add modules or create a module goes away. I can add another module after that by clicking the plus module button in the upper right hand corner. So I'll go ahead and click that. And I'll create another module. I'll call this one Week 1. And select Add Module again. And while I'm at it, I'll create one more module as well. This one will be Week 2. Click the Add Module button. I have 3 modules here. There's no content in any of these modules yet, and they are unpublished. What I can do at this point is go ahead and just publish them by clicking the Publish button. Okay, so my students can see these modules, although like I said before, there's no content in them. Next, let's go ahead and add some content to these modules. To add content to these modules, I'm going to use the Add an Item button right next to the module settings icon. So right here, if I click on the little plus sign, I'll get the Add Items to Module button. In this case, I'm adding items to my Course Lectures module. The type of content I add will show up in this drop-down menu here, in the Add drop-down menu. So if I click that, notice I can add an assignment, a Canvas quiz, files, content pages, discussions, text headers, external URLs, or external tools. In this case here, let's start out by adding files. So I click File, and what I see here is all the files that exist in my Canvas course so far. So what I can do here is navigate down and actually select the files that I want for my course. So here I'm looking at my course files, course lectures folder that I created in my files area previously. I'm going to click on a file there and say Add Item. Now this file is linked to the Course Lectures module. I click the Add Item button again, and I'm going to grab some more items. So I can actually grab this first file, hold down my Shift key, and get a couple other files while I'm at it. And I select Add Item. Now I have these particular files linked under Course Lectures. Let's go ahead and continue to build out our modules area. This time, let's build out the Week 1 module. So I'll click on the Add an Item button again. And this time, instead of adding just static files, I'm going to add some different Canvas assets. In this case, I'm going to add an assignment. So let's click the History of Your Devices assignment. We'll add that there, and that'll show up. You can see it has a different icon there. This is the icon for assignments. I'm going to go ahead and this time add a discussion. Okay. To describe your comfort level discussion has been added. Notice I can take these guys and move them around too using the handles. So I can rearrange these guys in which order I want the students to progress through the content. I'm going to click the Add Item button again. And this time I'm going to add some more content. I'm going to add a content page that I had created previously. Okay. So I'm going to add a couple of items here, and these are pages I've created before. And again, I can use my Shift key to grab multiple items. And I'm going to move these guys up, rearrange them in the order that I want the students to progress through. I'm going to hit the Add Item button again. I'm going to add a quiz. So all these items are now in this Week 1 module. These are the things that students have to interact with and complete to be complete with Week 1 and note that they're on track in the course. Next, I'm going to clean up things a little bit by using the text header tool in the Add Item menu. This basically lets me add a little bit more information in the module and helps me organize my content. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut and paste, and I'm going to select the Add Item button again. And this time I'll select Text Header, and I'll just paste in my text here. Okay. So this is my additional text header text. Again, it's unpublished, so I'm going to click the Publish button. That's for this module. For course lectures, I'll go down and do the same thing for Week 1. Okay, just gives the students a little bit more information. I've gone ahead and skipped ahead a little bit. What I've done is add a little bit more content to my Week 1 module, as well as fill out Week 2 module a little bit. I've also logged in as a test student. The test student enables me to actually see the course from a student point of view. So what I'll do here is I'll go through the modules as a student. First thing I'll do is I'll click on Week 1 Overview, and I'll be taken to the Week 1 Overview page. Here at the bottom of the page, I'll see a Previous and Next button. Clicking on the Next button takes me to the next item linked to the module, which is a discussion. Clicking Next again takes me to the next item linked, which is a page called The Basics of Your File System. Scrolling down again, I have another Next button. I click on that, and I'm taken to the assignment I linked to the module, which is the next in the module list. Clicking Next takes me to a quiz. Once I'm done and I take the quiz, I'm done with that module and I know I'm complete with that module. The module is a great tool to guide students along in their learning. So once they're completed all the items in the module, they know they're complete and up to date in the course.